Hello friends, Happy New Year to all. This is Deep Narayan Singh. May this year bring you prosperity and knowledge in your life and remove all the hurdles which are present in your life. You will be able to control your all habits and your mind so that you can excel in your life. Let us have some more question on binary file handling. In part 1 we have discussed 4 or 5 questions from the binary file handling, and these type of questions are being asked in your board exam. Sample question paper also contains it, and here you will be able to see how you need to deal these questions. And this is a 5 mark question. It has 2 parts. You need to write 2 functions in this. On either they will ask on binary file to write the program, or they will ask, they mean CBSE will ask to write a program on CSV file or binary file in 5 marks. So very important, listen patiently. There is no gain without pain, so don't worry, don't go for shorts. This is the foundation you are getting, brushing up whatever knowledge you have. Just quick revision type things is there, so in that category we are going to do some more questions. Let us move to the first question itself. What it says, a binary file, or for the concept you need to just see the first part of it. I will pin the link in the description itself. So in that question, a binary file book.dat has data structure like book number, book name, author and price. Write a user defined function create file to input data for a record and add to the book.dat. One part of it. Second part of it, write a function count record author in Python which accept the author name as parameter and count and return the number of books by a given author. So here we need to see they are going to ask a little bit computation on the second part. And first part they just need to create a file and put some data into it. So we are going to write the code for it. As we are dealing with the binary file, the module we are going to import is pickle module, which have 2 functions. First one is load, next one is dump. For reading purpose, or rather than reading, we will say for deserialization or unpickling, we are using load, which are defined inside which module? Pickle module. It takes one argument, that is file handle. Okay, fine. So let us see. This is the first statement. We are going to import the pickle module, then we write a function definition def create file. After creating a file, we are going to open that file in append mode, because we want to add multiple records in it. Before adding a record, we need to create record for it. Okay, fine. So for writing purpose, which function we have? We have the dump function with us, which have object to be written as an argument, object to be written. Okay, then next argument is what? File handle. So these two arguments, they both are defined inside which module? Pickle module. So you need to write pickle dot dump, and this dot is called here what? Membership, which means this dump is defined inside pickle. So this is a complete path. Let me remove this content from there, because slide is having less space and it looks otherwise more complicated. FOBJ open file book.dat and append mode. Fine. Next instruction is to create the record. So our record has what? It is a list which is having 4 values in it: book number, book name, author and price. Fine. We have read the book number from the user, then book name, after that author, and then we are going to write the price. So what we are doing here? We are creating a record. So for what the values we want to create that record, we have read from the user. Now our job is to put them inside the list and save them inside a variable called rec. You can have any variable here: book number, book name, author and price. Once you are ready with that variable, then you need to put inside it the file. So we need to dump that. How we can dump that? Pickle.dump, and it takes 2 argument: object to be written and the file handle FOBJ, which is the file handle we have created here. Once we have done this, next job is to close the file, and that's it. Our create file function is complete. Now next is write a function count record in Python which accept author name. So we need to first read and compare where author name, and count the number of books given by the author. So how come we know this? We compare author name for all the records. So wherever we find the author name, we increment the value of our counter by 1, because it says that book is written by that particular author. If you just listen it carefully, you will get it, because wherever repetition in this particular section means that particular book is written by that author. So let us see the code how we will write. Just write the function header count record. We pass that author into it from the user, or you can just read it inside that also from the user. We are going to open a file, we are not going to write anything here, so we will open the file in the RB mode. And the next is what? We maintain a counter how many books are written by that author. So for that we want a variable, so this is a counter variable. Next try catch block, okay, while true. So if you see in such type of question, some code is very repetitive, so you have to keep that code in mind. Try, while true, except, end of file error, and close. So this code is as it is for all type of questions, and creating the record, dumping it. So this code is common for all the questions, so that you need to keep in mind. Next one is pickle.load fobj. So we read a record. Now where author is at the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So at third index what I have? The author. So if rec of 3, okay, 0, 1, 2, I wrote 2 wrong here. It is not 2 here, 2 and 3, because book number is 0, okay, and book name is 1, and author is 2, and price is 3. So book underscore name I counted is twice, like book different and name different, rather than it is a one variable. So author equal to rec of 2. Fine. Next job is whenever it matches what we want to increment the counter, because we want to maintain how many books are written by that particular author. So we will increment the value of counter by 1. This will be done for all the records. Read record one by one and perform this condition on that record wherever you find that same author. We have not read author from user because that is being supplied in the argument of the function. Once this file exhausted, it is going to generate EOF error, end of file error, which is going to be accepted inside accept block here, and we will close the file handle. So that's it about this question. Let us move ahead to the and return the uh, that num which holds the number of books which are written by that particular author. So this is our count record function. This is our create file function. Let us move to the next one. What is the advantage of using CSV file for the permanent storage? Write a program in Python like add and counter. Two functions we need to write. Two and half is the mark allocated for each one. This is a 5 marks question. Okay, so adding means what? To accept all data of an employee to a CSV file record.csv. Each record consists of a list with fields element as empid. Very important. Field element, what are those? Empid, name and mobile number. To store employee id, employee name and employee salary respectively. To count the number of records present in the CSV file named record.csv. Okay, so here nothing we need to do, just counting how many records are there in file. First we try to write this add function. As we are dealing with the CSV file, so which module we will import? CSV module. Fine, let us see the code for add. First we are going to see import CSV, because we are going to use those function reader and writer object, and then we are going to use write row and iterate over the reader object. So here what we are doing, we are going to write. So first we will open a file. Okay, write the function name, open the file in append mode. New line we have provided as /n. Next is what? We have created a object of writer. Open the file, create the object of writer for writing purpose, and then create the record which you want to enter. So for creating that record, employee ID, name and mobile number should be read from the user. Okay, fine, empid read, name is read. Okay, third one is mobile number is read. Now our job is to create the record out of it. So we have created a record, and this is for half marks, this is for 1 mark. Like if you open file correctly, correct mode you have chosen, then you will get the 1 mark. Then you created the records, this is called what, stepwise marking. So you have to keep in mind, you should write answer for all the questions. Even though your whole question is not correct, you will get some marks in it. lst, empid, name and mobile number, fine. We have created the record. Now the last job is to dump that. Okay, third and fourth is to dump. Open the file, create a writer object, create the record, and then dump that record. So how do we dump? Write row, this is the function for csv file to write the record inside the csv file. So wr, it is called through the writer object. So wr is the writer object. Then we are going to close the file handle. That's it for add. Next, go for the next function, that's it, that is counter. We are going to read here only, because count the number of record present in the file. So we open it in a read mode. Next, we will create a reader object, and it just count the, convert that into list, and count the length of that list and print it. That's it, because length will tell how many elements inside the list and what are the element number of record inside that data, because we have converted data into list constructor. So each sequence has its own constructor. For list, list, for tuple there is tuple. Okay, for like int, int, float, float. So these are the constructor available to us for typecasting purpose, for changing type of the variable from one type to another. dict, dict is also a function available to us, and string, for string there is str function. Okay, remember that. So that is about question number second. Let us move, or then close the file pointer. Very important, obviously this is most important part. If you open the file, definitely you have to close the file pointer. Then driver code, where you are going to call these two functions, means inside the main. Move to the next question. Here you have the binary file called club.dat, which have the structure in the form of tuple, p number, p name and game and fee. So p for p number, player number, player name, game and fee. This is the description of this record. Write a function player count. Okay, in python that would read the content of club.dat and display the detail of those player who have whose fee is above 17500. So this is one part of the question. Remember, this comes in two sections. Okay, this is first part of it. Without further ado, let us move to the uh, code itself. So we will write a player count function, where we are going to count all the players whose fee is more than 7500. So for that purpose, we need to read only. We will open the file club.dat in read mode. Fine. Next job is to, after reading, we need to load the content of the file, but we maintain a counter. So for that purpose, we maintain a variable called count, initialize it to 0. Next, while true, we have a loop. We have not utilized here try catch block. If you put a try catch block, that is better. While true. Next, inside while they have a try catch, fine, try record equal to pickle.load. Load is going to load the content. After loading it, put it inside the record. So at what index you have fee, that's why record is very important. You have to keep that in mind. What is our record? 0, 1, 2 and 3. So at third place. Fine. If condition we will record of 3 is less than equal to 7500, okay, but it is asking fee is above, so this condition should be opposite. Okay, if it is like this, then we are going to print that record player number, player name and game, then fee. And also uh, okay, fine, they are displaying. If write the function that would read the content, display the detail of those who are having more than 7500. Fine, if it is greater than 7500, then we are going to display the content of that record. Next is If fee is more than 10,000, then we are going to count. So count such players, and also uh, count the number of player. If you change the question, number of player which has fee more than 10,000. Okay, so this will have all the players count which have more than 10,000 fee. After doing it, okay, what will happen at last? When your file will be exhausted, load will generate EOF exception. Okay, E double ROR, and that will be cached inside the except block, and we will break this loop, come out of the loop, and then we print the count which says number of players paying fee above 10,000 is equal to this one. Fine, then we close the connection which we have created. So I hope while copying this question I left some part of it, but I hope you got what I want to explain here. So this is a uh, logic which are being used here. Going to the next question, here we see create a binary file employee.dat that store records of the employee. Very important. What is the record? Name, designation, and salary. Display them one by one. Very simple. Write a function. Okay, display, find, pickle, import, and open, or without function also directly they have written the code. You can also write the function like for displaying them one by one. So open the file in read mode, load the record using load function, uh, and then iterate over this record and one by one display print. So this is a iteratable object, just print those. So that's about the uh, employee.dat and displaying the record one by one, and then close the file pointer, open it, load, and then iterate over to print the record, and fourth one is close. So very simple. Next, B part, display the record of all those employees who are getting salary between 25,000 to 30,000. So now we have to be careful about it, because we need to put a condition where we salary should be compared. Fine, again, up to that part it is same, just import pickle, open the file, load the content. But now on E, what I want to compare. So we will put a for loop, and then inside it we will put if at index 2, if your salary is, because index 2 why 0 1 2, salary is available at index 2, it is greater than equal to 25,000, less than equal to 30,000. If it is that, print that particular record. After that, close the file. That's it. Moving to the next question, a binary file stock.dat has a structure, item ID, item name, quantity, and price. Write a user-defined function make file to input data for the record. I told you what we do. We write a function, open the file, open file using open function. Next, what we need to do? Create record. So create record, read all the information from the user and put inside a variable. Third is what? Third, then dump that record using dump function. Fourth is what? Close the file handle which you have opened. Close file pointer. Okay. So let us see the code. Import pickle, def make file, and next open the file in append mode, because we want to add multiple records into it. If you not open it append mode, if you open it in the write mode, it is going to overwritten every time. Next time we are going to read the content, create record. Okay, so read the content, item ID, item name, quantity, and price. Okay, and then we create a record of it in a list, item ID, item name, quantity, and price. Now our job is to dump. So what we will write? Pickle.dump and object to be written and file handle. Once we have completed this one, close the file. That's it. This is the first sub part of this question. Next sub part is different one. A binary file stock.dat has a structure item id same. Write a function get price in Python which accept item id as parameter and return the price of the item stored in a binary file stock.dat. So item id will be given in the parameter, and what is the return value? Return the price of that particular item. Fine. We are going to write get price item id we got in the parameter. Open the file in read mode. We are not updating anything into it. Just load the content under the try catch block. Try while true. Load that content of record. Remember now indexes, so item id at 0 and price at 0 1 2 3. So while comparing that thing with the item id, if okay, rec dot 0 equal to item id. If rec 0 in, okay, item id, they have converted it into a string, no issue. And that also you can write like if I rec of 0 equal to item id, if it is a number, if this satisfied, then you are going to uh, return the price or display the price. File. Fine. So we are going to have printed the price of that particular record, item id and item price. Item is this much cost, and then return the that record of 0. Fine. After that accept. We are going to, okay, this should be indented ahead. Here again indentation mistake. After printing you are going to return the item id, that particular item id. Fine. After whenever this condition matches, otherwise record of 3 you are going to return, price you need to return. So this should be 3 because at 0th index what is that? Item id. And then in accept block, whenever load is generating UF error, you are going to close this file object. I hope you got the answer. Or if you, any issue is there, please do comment, write to us. I will be very happy to help you out. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for patient listening. Do like, share, subscribe and comment. Have a nice day.